Okay, so recently the African Fact Zone people on X shared this. They says South Africans spent 58.7 billion US dollars, that is R 1.1 trillion on betting in 12 months. Source National Gambling Board. Yo, South Africa spent 58.7 billion US dollars, that is R 1.1 trillion only on betting or gambling in 12 months. South Africa, why? Let's how 58.7 billion US dollars in a year. That is almost some country's GDP in Africa here. You guys use that to stake gamblings and bets. How? What is? Why? Why? What this one says, I saw someone posting a R50K stake yesterday. He lost. People should be checking up on him. Wow. Whoa, man is saying that he saw someone staking R50K bets and he lost. People actually need to check up on him. You people are spending close to almost 60 billion US dollars a year on betting alone. South Africa, I think we have a problem here, right? Do you guys agree? We have a problem here, right? Well, let us actually get inside the whole story today. Share their source. Their source was from the National Gambling Board. So let's actually dive inside and see what is happening. Because what did they mean by South Africans spent almost 60 billion US dollars in 12 months, a year only on betting? No, I don't get this. Let's see. So it says from Business Tech, you can check out on their page. They actually gave us a brief about this. So it says desperate South Africans are risking it all to make ends meet. Wow, that is the heading though. That's too bad. Alright, so the Business Tech came in and says, according to the data from financial planners Olimera, South Africans have spent a massive R 1.1 trillion on gambling in 2024 so far. Already 40% more than 2023. A whopping 40% more in 2023. Wow. It says one of the biggest drivers of gamblers is sports betting, which has grown into a R 420 billion industry in 2023 and is set to account for even more in 2024. So most of these betting or gambling is actually into sports betting. South Africans, which of the sports though? Is it cricket, rugby, football, or soccer, or something, or golf? Like which of the sports? Or is it Formula One? Which other sports do you guys actually gamble this much? And they are saying that the industry is expected to even grow more, because in 2023 it was grown into around 420 billion. And check this out. They said it had 40% growth in 2024. That means we are expected to hit about R 1 trillion industry only in sports betting. It must be one great opportunity or business in South Africa. If you are into this gambling thing, you actually be rich. Because what is this? Well, they also came and says the National Gambling Board's 2022-2023 National Gambling Statistics show that sports betting has significantly grown its shares of the gambling into industry in South Africa over the past decade, from under 10% in 2009 and 2010 to over half in 2022-2023. Oh my goodness, this is actually a booming industry right now in South Africa. The betting or sports betting is actually one of the booming industries in South Africa. Shouldn't have been so. No, it shouldn't be so. Well, it also says recent survey conducted by online sports betting platforms, that is Better Bets, almost half of all gamblers are doing so in the hope of meeting rising cost of living expenses such as school fees and rent, with 70% saying they gamble to supplement their income rather than doing it so for entertainment purposes. Okay, so it's actually being said that based on their online platform betting kind of research they have done, shows that 70% of gamblers in South Africa actually doesn't bet for entertainment. No, they actually bet for what it says to meet rising cost of living, and that is mainly for school fees and then to pay rent. South Africa government, I think now we actually know where the problem lies. If you are to tackle school fees and rent, I think the gambling situation will come less, because people are no more doing this for fun again. They are actually doing this for business. Okay, so again, the Business Tech also came in and says for now, problem gamblers are considered as being in the vast minority, with the South African Responsible Gambling Foundation pegging it at about 2.7% of the population. 1.5% of the population are considered pathological or compulsive gamblers. However, even with these low figures, this represents hundreds of thousands of South Africans. Okay, so it also says that the most gamblers, they are saying that people that actually gamble in the South African population are just 2.7%. But even so, this 2.7% actually represent about thousands of tens of thousands of South Africans. And now let's look at this point of view. If about just 2.7% of the South African population of about 60 million people, okay, are gamblers, that should tell you that it's actually just kind of few thousands people that are actually gambling. But few thousand people actually have been growing an industry into $1 billion industry. Not just $1 billion, it's $50 billion industry. How more do you think, if more people get to live or get to join these kind of things, do you guys actually think to know how much people or how much money South Africa is our people are going to invest in only gambling in the next 12 months to come? It seems like the industry is growing rapidly and something needs to be done. Seriously, something needs to be done. Well, it also says sports betting companies now advertise heavily during big sports events, sponsor major teams and tournaments, and even hold the naming rights for certain stadiums. Notably, the newcomer Super Sports Bet is the result of a partnership between Nigerian betting company Kingmakers and MultiChoice, which launched in January and specifically target sports fans. Okay, so they are saying that most of these people actually get to know more about these sporting events based on how these sport major betting companies have been targeting to host and sponsor tournaments and teams and also stadiums and events concerning sports events, and how much they have actually invested heavily in promoting and advertising the betting, and that have lured a lot of young people into this venture. And now people or South Africans are actually said to have stake about $58.2 billion. That is our 1.1 trillion in 12 months. That is actually insane, my South Africans. What is wrong? Well, as this was shared, Africa had a quick debate about this. We'll see this. Well, this is the Ghanaian. He says, I thought Ghanaians love betting until I saw this tweet. Yeah, I thought Ghanaians we love betting. I thought our governments were complaining about how the youth are actually into betting, and they have actually introduced tax on the betting wins to actually discourage us into betting. But South Africa, well, this one also says gambling is destroying African youth. It's just as bad in Nigeria. The government does absolutely, and the banks does absolutely nothing to protect the youth or even help those trying to beat gambling addiction. Well, man is saying that it's actually booming in Africa right now, in the African youth, even in Nigeria too. The government and the banks are actually doing nothing to curb addictions. They are just watching you guys, lure you guys and gamble and make stakes as large as you want. This is not healthy to the African youth. It's not healthy. Well, this one also says that is the GDP of some other African countries. Oh, that's true though. 58 point how much? 58.7 billion US dollars. Yo, it's true. That is huge. That is very, very huge. So South Africans, this is what is shared, and I'm here sharing this to you guys. In 12 months, in a year, you people spend 58.7 billion US dollars. That is our 1.1 trillion in gambling. To you, my South African, what is your take here? Do you think it's good? Why is it so? What do you think are the measures that the government needs to take to curb this addiction, or even addiction, to curb this outbreak of gambling in the country? And then how do you think it's affecting individual gamblers? Let me know at the comment section. The name is Vidashi. This was African Time. I was glad to share this with you. See you guys at the comment section. And most importantly, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to this channel. Let's have more African Time, okay? See you guys around.